Hi, my name is Nisha. Welcome to Yoga Today. Our focus today will be invigorating the body, mind, and breath through a variety of playful poses. Hope you can join us. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. Take a comfortable seat. We're filming here in front of this gorgeous pond with my friends Catherine Donan, who's a jewelry designer living here in Jackson, and Jessica Baker, who's a professional skier. So go ahead and close your eyes to begin your yoga practice. Take a deep breath and then continue to breathe deeply. Noticing how when the breath comes into your body, there's a feeling of expansion, and when the breath leaves, your lungs gently contract. Enjoy that experience of expansion and contraction as you breathe. As you exhale the next time, feel not only the contraction, but your two sitting bones that you sit on descending into your mat, into the floor, into the earth. Keep that feeling with every exhale. And as you breathe in, find the opposite movement with the inhalation, rising up through the spine. Exhaling, returning to the descent of weight through your seat. Inhaling to levity up through the crown of the head. Keep the levity as you exhale, feeling gravity rooting you downward. And with every breath in and every breath out, again, just enjoy these contrasting actions. Feeling how when you root down through the pelvis and rise up through the crown of the head, you're effectively increasing the space in the middle, increasing the space in your spine, in between every vertebrae, in between every individual rib, by rooting down with every exhalation and rising up with every inhalation. Open your palms and draw your hands together in front of your heart. Feeling the opposite hand meeting the other hand, coming together into this place of balance, the center. Today's class, we will find center through working with these opposites. So bow your head to your heart, acknowledging your core, yourself, your center. And release your hands and open your eyes and lift your focus up. So in nature and in the body, there's all sorts of these contrasting complements. Like the breath, it moves in and you have an expansion inside, and it moves out and you have a contraction inside. As you breathe in, there's a natural length that occurs through the spine. And as you breathe out, there's a natural gravity. That's simply what we're going to play with so that we effectively increase the space between earth and sky, so that we live in a greater space of balance. Come onto your hands and your knees and spread your fingers out. As you breathe in, lift your head up, lift your tail up, coming into a dog tilt. And as you exhale, head down, tail down, arcing your spine towards the sky. Breathing in, roll the shoulders on the back, wide collarbones, lift the sitting bones up, and exhale, reverse the curve. We're going to do this a few more times. Going back and forth. Inhalation, wide collarbones, big curve in the low back. Exhale, head down, tail down, arcing your back like a hollowing cat. Breathing in, opening the front of the spine. Exhale, open the back of the spine. Breathing in, last time. Sitting bones lift as much as you can, and then exhale, go into the complete opposite extension of your spine. Stay here for a couple of breaths, pressing from the shoulders down into the hands, rooting downwards to get more lift through the side waist, more pull of the navel into the spine, and as you exhale, return to neutral spine. Feel the length of your spine, reaching back through your sitting bones and reaching forward through the crown of the head so that you increase the space you have to play, to be you. Keep that length. Downward facing dog. Lift your knees and your hips. Take a deep breath here. And as you exhale, press your thighs back, full stretch. One more deep breath. Follow your exhale and walk your feet into your hands so that you come up to the top of your sticky mat in a standing forward bend. Check your feet, making sure that your feet are sitting bone distance apart with your second toes parallel to one another. With your breath in, step your right leg back into a lunge. Take another breath here. Stay high on your fingers. And as you exhale, step forward. As you breathe in, left leg steps back. Make sure that your right knee is directly over the right ankle. And follow your next exhale to step forward, standing forward bend. Again, breathe in. Right leg goes back into a lunge. Enjoy a full exhale. As you breathe in, perform action. Pull the feet towards one another without moving them anywhere. Keep that even as you exhale, feeling the leg muscles firm to the bones. Keep breathing, and then contrast that action. As much as your muscles are firming onto the bones, extend through the bones. So you reach from the hips through the legs, separating the space in the hips. From the core of the pelvis, reach more through the heart, rolling the shoulders onto the back. And even more, reach from the hip through the back heel, stretch it out, and exhalation takes you forward into standing forward bend. And notice the difference from leg to leg, comparing and contrasting. With your next breath in, step your left leg back and enjoy an exhale. Coming into the basic form of this lunge, front knee over the ankle. Firm your muscles. As you exhale, pull your feet isometrically towards one another, front to back and side to side, so that you feel your shins hugging into the middle. And then keeping that action, contrast. Reach out through the back leg, reach forward through the front knee. Extend from the core of the pelvis long through the spine, shoulders coming onto the back body. Breathe. And exhale to step forward, standing forward bend. Press from your hips down into your feet. Keep that. Breathe in. Come all the way up with a flat back, strong belly, back of the head pressing slightly back. Stretch your arms up at the top and exhale, arms down to the side. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, press from your hips down into your feet, rooting into the ground. Now connect to the sky equally by lengthening from the waist up through the side bodies, lengthening the armpits up, draw the shoulders onto the back, and continue rising through the throat, through the crown of the head. Keep that. Breathe in. Stretch your arms up. Interlace your fingers overhead and press the heels of the hands upward. Keep rooting your feet down into the ground to remember your connection with the ground. And then increase the space in the middle. Push up to the sky. Exhale, arc to the right. Deep breath in, both sideways long. Exhale, full stretch. Inhalation, rise up. And exhale, root from the hips down through the feet. Breathe in, create more space. And as you exhale, lengthen to the left. Deep breath in, both sideways long. Exhale, full stretch. Inhalation, rise. And exhale, fold forward over your legs. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, step one leg back at a time into plank pose. It's like a high push-up. The body's in one straight line. Shoulders over wrists. Fingers spreading out. Legs are firm. Keep that and lower all the way to the ground. You can lower your knees if you need to. Point the toes. Roll the shoulders on the back and come up into a baby cobra. Soles of the feet facing up. Squeeze the shoulders onto the back and exhale. Hands and knees, downward facing dog. Deepen your breath to open up the space between the inhalation and the exhalation. Inhalation, move your shoulders onto your back. Exhalation from the shoulders, press down through the 10 fingers, reconnecting to the earth. Inhalation, exhalation. Inhalation from the shoulders, reach up through the spine, through the sitting bones, reconnecting to the sky. Increase the space of the spine, press back through the heels. And as you exhale, bend your knees, step into your hands. Keep breathing. Press from your hips down into your feet. And keep that to breathe in. Come all the way up. Find the top and exhale, arms to the side. We'll just do that again. Sun salutation. Breathe in, stretch up. Exhale, go for the full range of stretch as you bow forward. Strong legs. Take a breath in. Exhale, plank pose, one leg back at a time. Strong legs. Follow your exhale to lower all the way down to the ground. Point the toes back and reach the legs long back behind you. Root your tailbone down to the ground and roll the shoulders onto the back to come into a baby cobra. Next exhale, downward facing dog. Increase the space between earth and sky so that you live in your spaciousness. And here's how. From the shoulders, press down through the fingers. From the shoulders, press up through the hips, connecting to sky. Then use your leg muscles. Press your legs back. Reach your legs back to root your heels down to go for a full stretch. Exhale, bend your knees. Step or hop into your hands. Breathe in, press down through the feet. Come all the way up. Exhale, arms down to the side and return the hands to the heart, pressing the hands gently into one another as each hand receives one another equally. So as you practice yoga, your breath deepens, so you live with more range of experience. And that's what we want, to have that full spectrum of life available to us. Inhalation, stretch up. Increase the space in your body by pressing down through the legs. Reach up through the fingers even more. Go for it. Arc slightly back and exhale. Fold forward. Strong belly. Touch the ground. Downward facing dog. Step one leg back and then the other leg back. With your inhalation, stretch your right leg up to the sky. Keep breathing. Hug both legs to the center so that you can effectively press down through the bottom leg more and up through the top leg more. We are not going to do this pose again, so stretch it out. Now, with your breath in, keep the right leg lifting. Come forward into plank pose, shoulders over wrists, and then draw your right knee towards your nose. Just knee to the nose. Keep the right foot hovering off of the ground. Hello, center. Hello, belly. Say hello. Lift your navel towards your spine. And it's like you're pulling your right knee up towards your nose, up towards your chest. Celebrate that you have the ability to be here. One more breath. And now shine the right leg up and back behind you. And exhale. Swing right leg all the way forward. Lower the back heel to the ground. Keep your legs strong and pinwheel your arms up to warrior two. Your arms are at shoulder height, maybe a little bit higher, because you're connecting to the sky. That's it, good. Come into the basic form of the pose. These yogis are doing perfect. The right knee is right on top of the right ankle in a square. The back leg is straight and reaching, and your spine is long. Look out over your right fingertips and breathe. Breathe deeply to increase your experience of this pose, and then connect your action of stretching out from the hips through all directions, spine, legs, and fingers. One more breath, deeper knee bend. Exhale, pinwheel your arms down. Lift your back heel up, downward facing dog. Follow your inhalation, left leg up to the sky. Use the action of strength to hug the legs to the middle so that you can find the action that contrasts strength, which is reach and stretch, reaching through the bones, reaching from the hips through both heels. Now as you breathe in, shift your weight forward, coming into plank, drawing the left knee towards the navel and pulling the navel towards the spine, as if you have a little crank and pulley, drawing the knee in towards the spine. That's so good. Keep reaching out through the back leg and draw the shoulders on the back. Yeah, that's it, Catherine. So good. Keep drawing the knee towards the chest and stretch through the back leg. And then full blast, hallelujah. Stretch left leg up and back, reach. Exhale, left leg forward. Turn the back heel down. Strong legs by pulling the heels towards one another. Pinwheel your arms up. This is called Warrior Two. Courageous pose. Strong. Come into the basic form. Front knee is right on top of the ankle. There will be a tendency for the knee to wing towards the big toe side of the foot. Don't let that happen. Keep the back leg strong and straight. And with your breath, get very expansive in the pose. Stretch through all of your edges. Do this as you keep the strength. Fingers spreading. Vibrant reach through all of your limbs. Deepen in the front knee and exhale, pinwheel your arms down, expanding through the edges. Step back to downward facing dog. Contrasting complements help you get into poses more deeply so that your yoga gets really effective, so that you don't need to do tons of repetitions. So breathe in, come forward into plank. Strong muscles. Squeeze the forearms towards one another and keep that as you slowly lower to the ground. So we don't want to waste time. Press your toenails into the ground and then feel your side waist lengthening out of the core of the pelvis and then lengthen through the side ribs so much that your shoulders shrug towards your ears. And just feel that. Feel the length in the side bodies. Your hips are reaching back through your legs, and from your hips, lengthen forward through the side bodies. Now with that length, pull the upper arm bones up to the sky and squeeze the shoulders onto the back. That's your baby cobra. There should be no compression in the lower back. Now, as you breathe, begin to squeeze the shoulders onto the back even more. Press down through the hands to come up higher. That's it. So good, Jess. Yeah, working with the body. Legs and hips reaching back. Chest softening forward. Squeeze the shoulders onto the back. One more breath. Exhale, downward facing dog. And from the focal point here, shoulder blades on the back. Press from the shoulder blades down. Connect to the earth. Strong connection. From the shoulder blades, stretch up through the hips. Connect to the sky. Increase the space of the spine. Press back through the legs. Exhale. Bend your knees. Step or hop into your hands. Standing forward bend. Inhalation, strong belly, rise up. Stretch your arms at the top. Exhale, fold all the way forward over your legs. Enjoy the ride. Breathing in. As you breathe out, step one leg back at a time to downward dog or hop to downward facing dog. Breathe in, stretch your right leg up to the sky. Exhale, swing right leg forward all the way between the hands. Turn the back heel down. For side angle pose, you can leave your right hand on the pinky toe side of your foot or draw your right forearm to your right thigh. You can choose right forearm to right thigh, Jessica. Yeah. And then Catherine, keep fingers on the pinky toe side of the foot. All right. Strong legs. Again, come into the basic form of the pose. Right knee is right on top of the ankle. Press your tailbone down just below your sacrum, right at the bottom of the spine. And as your tailbone presses down, your low belly is going to lift up. Yeah, that's it. Getting really refined inside. Press from the hips through the back leg, from the right sitting bone, through the right knee. Lengthen from the hips through the side waist. Shrug your shoulders up towards your ears, and then roll your shoulders onto your back. Yeah, and the arm comes up as an expression of freedom. of yearning to connect to the sky. Take one more breath, a full stretch, and exhale. Pinwheel your arms down. Lift your back heel up, and with your exhale, flow back to downward facing dog. With your inhalation, left leg rises up. Exhale, left leg forward. Turn the back heel down to the ground. And come into the variation of this pose that you did on the first side, either pinkies, hand on the pinky toe side of the foot, or left forearm to the left knee, and check the form of your pose, because it matters how you position yourself in nature, in space. Left knee on top of the left ankle, back leg is strong. Now scoop your tailbone down so that you find your deep low abdominals, and keep that as you connect to the earth, pushing into the feet from the pelvis. Then shrug your shoulders towards your ears, extending from the pelvis long through the side bodies, shoulders on the back, full stretch, even taking your focus up to the sky. One more breath. Exhale, place your hands down. Lift your back heel up. Now just take a breath here. Reach through your edges and keep that reach as you breathe in and switch sides with a hop. If that doesn't work for you, switch sides by going through downward facing dog. Turn your back heel down. Strong legs, pinwheel your arms up to warrior two again. And now breathe in, straighten your front leg. Make sure that your right knee is looking in the same direction as your toes. Pull your feet together without moving them anywhere. And then reach over your right leg to come into what we call in yoga Trikonasana, triangle pose, because your body makes lots of triangle shapes. Contrasting complements, breathing in and breathing out, which invigorates circulation through the body. Now invigorate the circulation more. Breathe in, pull the feet together, firm the muscles onto the bones. That's good, Catherine. Breathe out, keep the firmness. Breathing in, more strength in the leg muscles. Keep that. Exhale, reach from the hips out through the leg bones. Breathing in, and as you breathe out from the hips, lengthen the contrast of strength. Reach out. And inhalation, rise up. Strong legs. Exhale, pinwheel your arms down, lift your back heel up. Expand out of the core of the pelvis, super bright. And as you breathe in, switch sides with a hop. Turn the back heel down and pinwheel your arms up. Warrior two. And then straighten your front leg. And again, make sure that your front knee is looking over your left toes, which means for a lot of us, the back hip is going to have to move forward a little bit more. The hip bones don't have to face the outer edge of your mat. Keeping your legs steady and strong, reach forward, coming into Trikonasana, triangle pose on your second side. Feel the pulsation of your breath. Charge your breath with that intention of opening your body, moving circulation. Activate your muscles again with your inhalation. Make sure your front knee is looking over your toes. So bring this hip forward a little there, Jessica, and then point your knee towards your pinky toes a little bit. Yeah, good. And then stretch out with every exhalation. One more deep breath here. With your exhale, push down from the hips into the feet. Keep that as you breathe in and rise up as if you have a friend holding onto your right wrist. Exhale, pinwheel your arms down, lift your back heel up, and step back to plank pose. Lower to the ground. One more cobra in a really refined way, opening up the full spectrum of the spine, reaching back through the pelvis, Lengthening forward through the side body, shrug your shoulders towards your ears. Then roll the shoulders onto the back to come into cobra. That's good, Jessica. So what you want here is what Jessica's doing. Her upper arm bones are level with the base of her neck. So there's lots of length in the side bodies. Even shrug your shoulders up more and let your heart sink forward. Yeah, shoulders up more, heart sink forward. One more deep breath. Heart forward. Curl the head up and back. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Your friend and mine. Downward facing dog. Connect down to the ground through the hands, up to the sky. And as you exhale the next time, bend your knees and step or hop into your hands, standing forward bend. Take a breath here. As you breathe, enjoy this opportunity to be a reflection of the full spectrum of life, open to all experiences, because you're opening your body up. And with your inhalation, come all the way up. Stretch up at the top and exhale, arms down by your side. And just take a moment to pause and feel where you are in your body. So we're going to balance on one leg, which means you really have to work that contrast of coming in, finding that earth energy really solid, really stable, not going anywhere. So squeeze your legs towards one another and then press from the right leg down, from the right pelvis, right down through the right foot. And keep that as you exhale and hug your left knee into your chest. So right now going for earth, going for grounded. Spread your left toes out to engage the left leg muscles. Keeping that extend from the pelvis up to the sky. Nice open reflection. And exhale, simply release left leg down to the ground. As you exhale the next time, hug the left knee into the chest. Press from the left hip down into the left foot and hug the right knee towards the chest a bit more. And exhale, lower this leg down. As you breathe in, push both feet down into the ground to stretch up even more. Open up the full range of possibility in your body. Exhale, fold forward and touch the ground. As you breathe in, step your left leg into a lunge. Exhale, lower the back knee to the ground. Pull your feet together to find that earth quality, which is going to help you get into a deeper pose. Inhalation, lift your upper body up. Good. Deepen into the front knee a bit more. And now as you breathe in the next time, stretch your left arm up towards the sky. Take a breath and feel the feet pressing into the ground, the waist lifting up, stretch up through the fingers, and exhale to twist to the right. Bring the right hand to the left hand, pressing your hands into one another, coming into center. Lift the back knee up if it's available for you. As you breathe, 2 more breaths. Roll the shoulders onto the back, keeping the feet connected. Open the chest, look up at the sky. And as you exhale, place your hands down. As you breathe in, straighten your front leg. Turn your back heel down. Take 2 more deep breaths here. As you breathe in, soften your front knee forward into a lunge. Exhale, step forward. And in breath, step your right leg back into a lunge. As you breathe out, lower your back knee to the ground. Lift your upper body up. Now notice how if you don't have muscle tone on the legs, you're going to fall all over the place and you're not going to be able to get this expansive stretch connecting you up to the sky. So pull your feet together front to back and side to side. As you breathe in, keep that. Stretch your right arm up. And as you breathe out, keep the strength as you twist to the left, bringing the right elbow to the outer left knee, left hand to the right hand. Pull the legs together to find the middle, hands press into the middle, and expand now from your middle. Lift the back knee up if it's available to you. Roll your shoulders onto your back. Look up at the sky. As you exhale, place your hands down. And as you breathe in, straighten your front leg, turning the back heel down. 2 more breaths. And as you breathe in, soften the front knee into a lunge. And exhale to step forward, standing forward bend. Push down into the feet to rise up. The gravity gives you levity. Stretch. And exhale. Release your arms to the side. As you breathe in, step your right leg back and then turn your toes so that the outer edges of your feet are lined up with the outer edges of your mat. Parallel feet. Hug your legs together. Lift your heart up, roll your shoulders onto your back, and as you exhale, fold forward and touch the ground. This is called Prasarita Padottanasana. With legs strong, reach the crown of the head towards the earth. Hips lifting up, tailbone reaching down, belly lifting up, finding levity and lift. As you exhale, shoulders on the back, crown of the head reaches down, finding gravity. Bring the hands to the hips, press down through the feet, strong belly, breathe in, rise up. And exhale, step to the front of your sticky mat. So when you open up the space in between of gravity and levity, earth and sky, expansion and contraction, that's your center. And in center is where you're you, your authentic self. It's where you have balance. It's where you're in peace. So, taking it to a new level, holding on to the pinky toe side of the left foot with the left hand. Which means you have to root more strongly when you go for more expansion. More gravity through the right leg to get more levity as you stretch out through the left foot. Straightening the leg or moving towards straight leg. Take a deep breath. Find one spot to look at so that you don't lose your balance, and let your eyes settle towards the back of your sockets. Now as you inhale the next time, open your right leg, oh sorry, that's the left leg. Open your left leg out to the left. Enjoy your breath. Lift the left leg up a little more and bring the leg back to center. Release the hold on your foot. Reach from the left sitting bone out through the left heel and then get longer through the leg as you lower the leg down. Feel from side to side. It's totally different. Now we'll make ourselves even. Standing strong on your left leg, lift your right foot up. Hold on to the pinky toe side of the foot because that affords you greater stability. Balancing poses build concentration and focus. So look at one point. Stretch the right leg out in front of you. The more you want to go for expansion, the more you have to hug the middle with the legs and press down through the standing leg. It's more advanced to change your focus to different places. So if you're struggling just being here, find one spot to look at. And then open the right leg out to the right. Push out through both legs and then lift the right leg up even more. Woohoo! Come back to center. Now when you let go of your leg, there's that tendency to feel that cramp in your hip crease. Yeah, is that what you're experiencing, Jessica? So that means lift your belly, scoop your tailbone down, and push through the right heel even more, so that instead of just hiking right here, you're actually pushing out. And then long lift of the belly, lower the leg down to the ground. Hallelujah. Breathe in, stretch the arms up, and just feel how you have greater expansion and opportunity to stretch as you want to stretch right now. And exhale, fold forward, touch the ground. Uttanasana. Downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, shift your weight forward into plank pose, and then walk your right hand a little closer to your left hand. Shift onto the pinky toe side of your right foot and your right hand. This is side plank pose. I'm going to give you a variation here. Bend your left knee and place your left foot on the sticky mat in front of the right knee. And that gives you more stability, which is going to enhance your ability to connect with the sky more. If you want to, you can stack both legs, as Catherine is doing. Hug your legs to the middle, nice earthy quality, to get the airy quality of opening the collarbones. Exhale, place your hands down. Only one more side. Shift your weight forward into plank, and then bring your left hand a little closer to your right hand. Shift onto the pinky toe side of the left foot. So the whole pinky toe side of the left foot is down. You can bend your right knee and place it on the ground if you need. Make your side bodies long, reaching out of the core of the pelvis, shoulders on the back. Breathe. And as you exhale, replace your hands down, downward facing dog. As you breathe in the next time, swing your right leg forward between your hands and lower your back knee to the ground. Straighten the right leg out in front of you for a runner's lunge. Press the front heel down and sweep the front heel back to find the activation of the hamstring. And then extend the low belly long and bow over the front leg. 2 more breaths. As you breathe in, shift your weight onto your front foot, lift the back knee up, and switch sides. Lower the back knee to the ground, straighten the front leg in front of you, press the front heel down. Sweep the heel back and bow over the front leg. One more breath. And bend the front knee. Lift the back knee up and step forward. As you breathe in, press down through the feet, rise up. And exhale, arms to the side. Standing on the right leg, lift the left foot up again and bring the left foot into tree pose. The foot at the inner thigh. It can actually be anywhere along the right leg, except for right across from the knee. With your inhalation, hug your inner thighs together, and as you exhale, root your tailbone down. Stretch your arms up. Hug the center. Squeeze the arms together. Squeeze the standing leg and foot together. And now descend from the hips down through the standing leg to rise up like a tree. And then exhale, release your arms and hold on to the pinky toe side of the left foot again with your left hand. Yes, we're going to do this one more time. Stretch your left leg out to the left. Full stretch here. Push out through both legs, get super expansive, and then float the left leg down. I just had to get at that one more time just to make sure that we got like every little muscle fiber stretched out. Strong, rooted, grounded, left leg, right foot to the inner thigh, hands together, meeting in the center. So in yoga, we learn how to embrace the full spectrum of experiences and opportunities. We actually invite a greater experience into our own lives. And that's why we practice this extreme rooting down through the standing leg to rise up, stretch the arms up with more freedom. And then hold on to the pinky toe side of the right foot and widen and open and push through the right leg out towards the right side. Push a little bit more, stretch. And exhale, release your leg out and down. The key with opening up to the full range of possibilities, the contrast between earth and sky gets bigger and bigger and bigger when you practice these extreme movements, is to know center so that you don't get attached to these extreme things that you're doing. So we're going to put the pieces of what we've been doing together into a really fun, expansive pose. Vashisthasana again. So we'll go through a flow. Take a deep breath in, arms up. Exhale, fold forward, touch the ground. Let everything go. Let your head empty and just feel your hips pressing through the feet. And step back to plank pose. Shift onto the right hand, pinky toe side of the right foot. So this is Vashisthasana, and I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to take a different expression in this pose. So here's your options. You bend your top knee and put the foot on the mat in front of you. That's A. Here's B. Both legs together, like Catherine's doing. C is bringing the top foot into tree pose. D is holding onto the pinky toe side of the foot and stretching your leg up to the sky. Root down to rise up, blast off, and release. Woohoo! So A, B, C, or D, variations. You can do whichever one gives you the most grounding and the most freedom. So that's where you're your own teacher. Any questions? All right, second side. So come into plank pose. Come onto the left hand, pinky toe side of the left foot. A is bending the right knee and placing the right foot on the ground in front of you. That's the simplest version. And if that's what you can do and connect to the ground and stretch up to the sky, do that. B, legs together. C, right foot to left inner thigh. D, right hand holding onto pinky toe side of right foot. Stretch the leg up. Keep your muscles strong and open it up. And release. Lower your knees to the ground. Widen your knees out to the side. Reach your hips over your heels and bow your head down. Child's pose, Balasana. With your exhale, allow your hips to settle and just feel the effects of the pose you just did. It was very invigorating. With your inhalation, come up to your hands and your knees. Downward facing dog. Jump into your hands. Walk your hands back a little bit and sit down. Soles of the feet together. Baddha Konasana. Press the big toe ball mounds into one another. Root your sitting bones into the ground to rise up through the spine, through the heart. Deep breath. That's good, Jessica. Did you guys see that? She moved the flesh of her buttocks out of the way, and I didn't even instruct that. That's a good student. You guys should all do that. That should be like autopilot. Go ahead and bow forward if you haven't already. And it's funny too. And with your inhalation, come all the way up. Scoot your hips back a little bit. And then bring the inner edges of the feet together, knees wide apart, for a variation of Navasana, boat pose. Pull the navel into the core, still connecting the sitting bones down to the ground. Lift the chest up. Stretch the legs up. Bring the hands behind the head. Lower almost all the way down to the ground as you push out through the legs and out through the crown of the head. Now as you exhale, lift back up. Close the V. That's it. Perfect. Inhaling. As you exhale, lower almost all the way down. Yeah, strong belly. Reach, lengthen from the hips out through the heels. Exhale, close the V. Yeah, good. And then place your feet down on the ground. Stretch the legs out straight. Now, I'm going to tell you how to do it. One hand on the inner thigh, one hand on the buttocks. Move the inner thighs down, buttocks out to the side, and then other side. And just marvel at how your sitting bones really connect to the ground now. The more your sitting bones connect to the ground, the more rooted you are. The more rooted you are with gravity, the more you can attune to levity. Stretch your arms up. Paschimottanasana. Bow forward over your legs. Deep breathing. Every inhalation, feel the expansion in the lungs, and every exhalation, feel the contraction in the lungs. Contrast the feeling of the inhalation with the feeling of the exhalation. The relative lightness and buoyancy of the inhalation to the relative heavy, rooted feeling of the exhalation. Follow the wave of your next inhalation to rise up. And as you exhale, bend your knees in again. Hold on to the pinky toe sides of your feet and stretch your legs up. Ubaya Padangusthasana. They may not straighten the entire way. Use your belly. Good. Bring your hands behind your head. Lower almost all the way down. And then when you come back up, you're going to catch your feet. Hi-ya! Sound effects help! Let's try that again. Bring the hands behind the head. Lower almost all the way down. And exhale. Grab your feet. Get it! Yeah! Ankles work too. That's awesome. And lower the knees to the ground. Lie on your back. Knees bent. Feet on your sticky mat. Knees bent. Bend your elbows. Fingertips point up to the sky. Press the upper arm bones down into the heavy ground. And feel how that lifts your chest up even more towards the light sky. Good. Walk your feet in so that they're, 6 inches or so from your sitting bones. Feet are parallel. Keep the press down through the elbows. Nice heaviness to find the lightness of the hips lifting up into shoulder bridge. Setubandha Sarvangasana. Nice breathing in. And as you breathe out, lift your tailbone up, push out through your knees. Enjoy the breath. Every exhale, tailbone up, push out through the knees. As you breathe in the next time, roll the shoulders onto the back, lifting the chest up. That's it. And as you exhale, keep that push of the heart towards the chin. As you breathe in, lift your chin up slightly. One more breath. Exhale, lower your hips down to the ground. Bend your knees are bent, but roll to your right side and sit up. Come into a comfortable cross-legged sitting position. Move the flesh of the buttocks back so that you have a clear connection with earth. We're going to end class today, instead of with a conscious relaxation, a conscious meditation, following the awareness of the breath. So as you breathe in the next time, pull your hands slightly back towards your hip sockets. As you breathe in the next time, shrug your shoulders up and roll the upper arm bones back, keeping the lift of the chest. And as you exhale, allow the shoulder blades to slide slightly towards one another and slightly towards the back waist. Deep breathing through the nose. Taking your awareness to the expansion inside with the inhalation, and how on the exhalation there's a condensation. Inhalation is always an inner body expansion, and exhalation is always an inner body contraction, of getting closer to your center. Find the difference between the inhalation and the exhalation. And then begin to hover at the top of the inhalation, little pause. Pause at the bottom of your exhalation. So that there's these moments of stillness between the full range of possibility. Savor these moments of stillness as you allow your breath to soften and relax. Allow yourself to rest in that internal pause. Just floating in the experience that you have. Draw your hands together in front of your heart to honor and acknowledge your work and your play and your efforts. And as you bow your head to your heart, release the efforts. Release the fruit of your practice, expecting nothing in return. And now gently lie on your back and take a 5 to 7 minute rest. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope to see you tomorrow on Yoga Today.